Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
Hey there guys, Unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well, and welcome to my Star Wars The Mandalorian Season 3 Episode 2 reaction video. Of course, it should go without saying that yes, there are spoilers ahead. It's a reaction video, so if you haven't already, go check that out. That was absolutely another yet stunning adventure and episode. And really, right off the bat, I am beyond curious to see where the rest of the season goes. We have 6 more episodes, 6 more weeks, so a month and a half left here of The Mandalorian. So pretty much my question remains is that all the marketing, all the promoting, the trailers and TV spots have kind of gone around this whole idea of Din bathing in the mines of Mandalore to redeem himself back to his Mandalorian creed. This is something that we learned in the book of Boba Fett with the armor and Paz Vizsla. So now that this journey has kind of been complete, I think he's definitely bathed in those waters, especially after pretty much just about drowning in them. And yes, we're going to talk about that ending in just a moment here as well. Now seeing that all the TV spots and marketing and promoting and trailers that have kind of revolved around this narrative, this is kind of what the 3rd season's going to be about, and we're already on episode 2 and that's kind of done. It's kind of wait, where do we go from here type of thing, and where is the adventure going to go from now? And not just that on the narrative side of things, but regarding the footage as well. I think at the same time it's very blinding. I think at that we've just about seen all of the footage that we've already seen in the trailers and in the marketing and in the promoting for the 3rd season of The Mandalorian. So everything going forward is going to be entirely new. It's going to be a new narrative entirely. It's going to be new footage and everything like that there as well. And I'm beyond excited to see where we go with this. Now, talking about towards the end of the episode there, before Din bathes in the mines of Mandalore to redeem himself back to his Mandalorian creed, we see Bo-Katan reading from a plaque of some sort. So that's by these mines of the mines waters, pretty much stating that there's a mythosaur in there and everything like that. Now, if you guys don't know what the mythosaur is, it's a giant dinosaur that lives on Mandalore, pretty much. I will talk about this separate in a future video, going a little bit more depth into it here on the channel, so stay on the lookout for that by hitting the subscribe button and that notification bell. This is something that had been rumored here and there for the past couple of months before the 3rd season of The Mandalorian. I think we talked about it once or twice here on the channel, and even then I didn't really believe those rumors all that much. However, to now see the beast in its full under the waters as Bo-Katan did herself, she of course was reading that plaque and even felt a little bit snarky about it. She didn't believe in it all that much or anything like that, and to see it with her own 2 eyes after she dives down into those mines to rescue Din Djarin, and then all of a sudden just kind of casually jet by or swim by a giant mythosaur beast was pretty insane. It even reminded me of those sea creatures that we see in The Phantom Menace. It was really cool to honestly see just giant sea creatures underwater in Star Wars are a cool vibe. I think overall they're really interesting. So some of those rumors with the mythosaur stated that Boba Fett would be riding one and would want to tame it, and the same thing kind of went for Din Djarin, and those rumors kind of speculated towards this kind of being the next part of the narrative towards the 3rd season of The Mandalorian, also having Moff Gideon coming back into the picture here as well to serve as another villain, probably wanting out for revenge on Mando and the rest of the Mandalorians, I think, at that there as well. Having Bo-Katan in this episode play such a prominent role was beyond amazing, and I think it's underappreciated at that, with having Bo-Katan in live action within the 3rd season of The Mandalorian here for another thing ever since she had been introduced in The Mandalorian Season 2, with Katie Sackhoff playing such a phenomenal role here as well. Of course, as we all know and love, being the voice of the animated character from Star Wars: The Clone Wars, originally way back in the day, and also in Star Wars Rebels as well. To see her reprise that role in live action and pull it off and be absolutely phenomenal and stunning is beyond amazing, and it's really cool. So to also have not just Din Djarin and Bo-Katan kind of team up here in this episode, but to also have some of the time here shine just purely on specifically on Bo-Katan, I think is really, really cool and very, very fun at the same time as well. Now, we've talked about it here on the channel here and there. However, the canceled Rangers of the New Republic Disney Plus show being a part of the Mandoverse was supposed to be about both Bo-Katan and Cara Dune before Gina Carano's firing. So to maybe see something still still kind of set up in that way of where Bo-Katan can have her own show. This is a little bit of a rumor that I have heard out there. I would like to cover in a separate future video here on the channel. However, I think she's very deserving to have like her own show. I think that would be really awesome, and there's a lot that they could do with it, I think, at the same time. Those troll-like Mandalorian beasts that we do see here throughout this episode here as well look pretty gnarly. They had really great special effects, and I'm pretty sure that those were like actual costumes, not CGI or anything like that. Those guys were pretty scary looking and pretty cool, and to see also Bo-Katan in usage with the Darksaber just as, I think, all the more reason of why she's so much more deserving to have it, of course. I can't wait to see the episode where she finally gains the confidence and the courage and the will to go ahead and finally challenge Din Djarin with the Darksaber. I mean, I love Din, but this dude just can't fight with the Darksaber whatsoever, and even then hasn't really tried to train himself with the Darksaber ways or anything like that. So either which way, finally, if we do have Bo-Katan like obtain the Darksaber and become the true ruler of Mandalore, I think there's so much potential of what she could do and go off and do with Mandalore, and refining it and everything like that, rebuilding its cities and bringing the Mandalorian creeds back to the homeworld of Mandalore, I think would be very, very cool. And for another thing, I think at the same time it would be very cool to finally see maybe Mando meet up with Luke Skywalker or Ahsoka, Cal Kestis, Ezra Bridger. There's so many options out there, I think, in this day and age. Even like frickin' Baby Yoda, or Grogu rather, himself has probably trained with a lightsaber a little bit here and there during the prequels and the Clone Wars as well. So to see him get that, you know, proper training with the Darksaber, I think is something that I would really like to see here in the future. I honestly think my only disappointment, however, with this episode is that we didn't see Boba Fett or any of the other members that, of course, are on Tatooine after seeing Mando stop there for a little bit of a pit stop looking for the droid part he wanted for IG-11 before his adventure to Mandalore, of course, from Peli Motto. It was very fun, of course, to see her. Maybe we'll see her pop up again somewhere in the future of the season. However, no Boba Fett. I was honestly surprised by this. If you guys watched my preview video and some of my other theory and speculation videos here on the channel, I had talked heavily and highly about Boba Fett potentially possibly appearing in this episode here as well, because we of course see Peli Motto in the trailer footage and everything like that. He's on Tatooine. It's like, well, you might as well go visit up with Boba Fett as well and see if he wants to come to Mandalore as well. However, nonetheless, the show is about the Mandalorian. It isn't the Book of Boba Fett Season 2, although I am very heavy on the factor, not only for the Ahsoka show, but also for Boba Fett, that will have some type of quote-unquote bottle cap episode that focuses on those characters to help set up for the Ahsoka show, for one thing, with the rest of the Ghost crew, and also with Boba Fett setting up his second season as well. Overall, what an amazing episode, action-packed episode of The Mandalorian, Season 3, Episode 2. It is so fun and so great to have these characters back here. It has my entire heart. I love to see these adventures and these episodes. I'm such a diehard for it, of course. I'll have a more full-length video here out on the channel shortly, probably later in the day, hopefully, fingers crossed, as a breakdown video talking about all the different Easter eggs and things that you might have missed throughout the episode here as well. So stay on the lookout for that by hitting the subscribe button and that notification bell if you haven't already to be notified for when that video comes out, as well as all types of other Star Wars related content such as news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns that we like to do here on the channel. If you guys are into any of that, hit the subscribe button and join us here today. Of course, I would love to hear all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below, your initial reaction to The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 2 in the comment section down below. And of course, this has been Unofficial Star Wars. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one, guys. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.